Well, if you've had it with leftovers and ready to get out of the house, you may be looking for a clean restaurant to try. That's always a good idea. We have the highs and lows in this edition of the Restaurant Report Card from Mid-County.
We begin with Joe's Pizza Pasta on Nall Street in Port Neches. Inspector Conlin made a notation that the meat needed to be broken down into shallow pans to cool in the walk-in cooler. There were personal drinks in the food prep area, which is a violation of good hygienic practices. All food out of its original containers needs to be labeled and dated. Thermometers were needed and the food contact surfaces needed to be cleaned and sanitized. Joe's Pizza Pasta in Port Neches gets a 78. Now on to Fuzzy's Taco Shop on Nederland Avenue. The cold hold was not cold enough. There was a backpack in the food prep area. All foods needed to be labeled and dated. The hand wash facilities needed towels and the temperature to wash dishes needed to be hotter. Fuzzy's Taco Shop in Nederland gets an 81. Next, Inspector Conlin visits Kerygma Coffee House on Magnolia in Port Neches. Food out of its original packaging needs to be labeled and dated by an approved source. Food needs to be stored to avoid cross-contamination, and thermometers were needed in the restaurant. Kerygma Coffee House in Port Neches gets an 86. Then we check out Tailor-Made Bakery on Port Neches Avenue. All food needs to be labeled and dated once it's removed from its original containers. Rags need to be stored in sanitizer, and thermometers were needed in the freezer. Tailor-Made Bakery in Port Neches gets an 86. And finally, Inspector Conlin makes her way to Sonic Drive-In on Nederland Avenue. Employees were smoking in an outdoor storeroom, which is a violation of good hygienic practices. All foods need to be labeled and dated. The water temperature needs to be warmer. Mold was found in the ice machine, and all the food contact surfaces need to be cleaned and sanitized. Sonic in Nederland gets an 86.
All right, here's a few more grades for you from Mid-County. Mazzio's in Nederland, a 90. Smoothie King in Nederland as well, a 90. Port Neches, Pizza Inn with a 91. And Happy Donuts with a 92. Happy in Nederland. And any blue ribbon winners? No.
Apparently not.
Not the best of scores from Mid-County.